Good morning, students. Today we are going to solve a question from the Pure Mathematics 1 A levels, and the statement of the question is sketch and label on the same diagram the graphs of y is equal to cos x and y is equal to cos 3x for the interval of from 0 to 2 pi. So first we will draw this graph on the sheet of the graph paper. So because the value is 1x with the cos, so it means this graph will make one complete cycle in this interval 0 to 2 pi, because 1x is there, so it will make one complete cycle in this interval. So the interval is actually 0 to 2 pi, so we are taking the interval here. So divide number of intervals and with it 4. So this will be the method to take the values in the table for the x. So listen again, take the interval, that is 2 pi given in the equation, divided by number of the cycles, because this graph will make one complete cycle. So again listen, because here is 1x, so it means it will make one complete cycle in this interval. So one complete cycle stands from peak to peak. Okay, so one complete cycle, and you will multiply 4 with it. Now you will simplify the value, so 2 2s are 4, so the answer is pi by 2. So you will take interval of pi by 2 while you are taking the values of x in making the table for the x. So here you can see we are making the table for x for this graph y is equal to cos x. So first value definitely will be 0, because the interval is going to be started from 0. So 0, then pi by 2, then 2 pi by 2, then 3 pi by 2, and finally 4 pi by 2. So make it simple. So 2 will be cancelled by 2, and 2 2s are 4. Okay, so these are the values which will be taken on the x-axis for this graph y is equal to cos x, and now we are taking the values of y for the same graph. Now you have to convert your calculator into radian mod, and now you will put 0 in place of x, and you will take the value of y. So y is equal to cos x, so cos 0 is 1, cos 90 is 0, cos pi is minus 1, cos 3 pi by 2 will be 0, cos 2 pi will be 1. So these are the values which will be taken on the graph paper. So here we are going to see the graph. So you can see this value 0 1. So x is 0. So you can see here is 0 and here is 1. So this is the first value plotted. Then pi by 2 is 0. So here you can see pi by 2 0. Then pi and minus 1, so here is pi and this is minus 1, so this point will be plotted on the sheet of the graph paper. Next is 3 pi by 2 and 0, so here you can see 3 pi by 2 and 0, and next is 2 pi and 1, so here is 2 pi and here will be 1. So these are the values which will be plotted on the sheet of the graph paper, and then with the help of the freehand you will draw the curve. Okay, now come back to the second graph, that is y is equal to cos 3x. So from 3x we can see this graph will make 3 complete cycles in this interval. So again we are doing some working for checking out what should be the interval that should be taken on the x-axis for this graph. So again look, 2 pi is the total interval, so 2 pi. 3 cycles will be made of this graph, because this 3 is showing us that 3 cycles will be completed. So divide by 3 and multiplied by 4. Now solve it. So 2 2s are 4, so it is pi by 6. So this is the interval which should be taken on the x-axis for the second graph. So look now, So x is 0, pi by 6, 2 pi by 6, 3 pi by 6, 4 pi by 6, and up to so on. And final value will be to 12 pi by 6, because we should approach at the last value, that is actually 2 pi. Now again convert your calculator into radian mod, and you will take the value of y corresponding to these values. So whatever the value, because y is equal to cos 3x now, so you will put 0 in place of this one and solve it on the calculator. Corresponding value of the y will be there on the calculator. Place it here and up to so on. Okay, now you can see from the graph paper, first value is 0 and this one. So the second graph, that is y is equal to cos 3x. Look now, this is the graph of y is equal to cos 3x. So this is starting from here. Next is pi by 6, and look now, this is pi by 6 and value of y, whatever the value that will be obtained from the calculator. Next is 2 pi by 6, that will become pi by 3. So can you see here, pi by 3 is here, and this will be the value will be plotted on the sheet of the graph paper. Next will be pi by 2. So can you see here, that is pi by 2, and whatever the value of the y, that will be solved on the calculator. Next will be 2 pi by 3, and whatever the value of y, so you can see here is 2 pi by 3, and this will be the point plotted, and up to so on. So like this, you will plot all the values of this table also on the sheet of the same graph paper. And now you will join these points with the free hand to draw the curve. So this is the first part of the question that is done. The second part of the question is, given that f of x is equal to cos x for the domain x is greater than or equal to 0, lesser than or equal to k, find the largest value of the k for which f has an inverse. So first, clear your concepts. For any function to has an inverse, it should be 1 function. It means for every value of y, there should be only one corresponding value of the x. So if you can see for the graph of y is equal to cos x, so you can see up to this value of the pi. Actually, there is a horizontal line test. So if we draw the horizontal line on this graph up to the value of the pi, so for every value of the y will have only one corresponding value of the x. You can see anywhere you can draw the horizontal line, every value of the y will have only one corresponding value of the x. But if we proceed from this pi onward, then at least one value of the y will have two corresponding value of the x. So suppose if we proceed up to here, so you can see if we draw the horizontal line here, so for this value of the y, there will be two corresponding values of the x. So it means up to pi, this is the maximum value of the x, for which every value of the y will have only one corresponding value of the x. So this is the maximum value. So from the question, it means k will be pi. So this is the maximum value. Thank you so much.